Hello and welcome each and every one of you. With you today is me, Daiga, coach therapist from DCTcentre, and Sara Shebear, coach, teacher, mentor, author, IT consultant, and commander-in-chief of HumaniPro.org. Hello, Sara.
Good morning, Daiga.
Before we start, I want to tell everybody that we're both taking in clients. Sara will tell all about her work herself, and her contact details will be below the video. And I'm taking in coaching and therapy clients. And in my coaching and therapy, I'm using EFT, Reiki, access bars, hypnotherapy, and psychotherapy. So if you are stressed in anxiety or just want to change your life for better, please contact me. And my contact details will be below the video as well. Okay, Sara, floor is all yours. Maybe start to tell people where you came from and then slowly moving forward how your life went and how you get where you are now.
How many hours have you got, Daiga?
Let's do it like I done with Annette or Donnell. We go as far we can go for 1 hour or so, and then if it's something else you wanted to say, we arrange another meeting. So don't rush. Say everything what you want to say.
Lovely, thank you. Yeah. My story is quite long if I told it all, but we'll just go to the more relevant parts at the moment. Yeah, I've always been a bit of a techie, always been into my technology and so on. So I sort of started my career, as a pensions clerk. And then I managed to get into computing and so on. I always knew within me, I wanted more, I wanted to excel. But sort of circumstances for a young woman, you just sort of get stuck in the rut. You do as convention says, and you go along with it all. I have stepsisters, and I was compared to them, and can't you just get a secretarial job and so on? And my heart thrived for more than that. So I went along, I had my family and so on, and I eventually set up a computer consultancy with my now ex-husband. And it was brilliant. I had the freedom, I was helping people, which I love to do, with training, with setting up their computer systems and so on. And it just wasn't enough, though. There was a huge gap in my life, and I needed to go and find out what this is, which I did. And, I found, I had support from my family and so on. And I found that my spiritual side was not being honoured. So, people invited me along to this camp and that camp and sort of pagan camps, really. And that's really where I found myself. I love being out in nature, as you can see from the background. And
I love flowers, as you see for my background.
Exactly. And I knew from then that I want to be sort of connected to nature. I've also done teaching. I got a degree in education studies, and with my boys being sort of non-conventional, that came in very handy, because as I was doing my dissertation for my degree on home education, which really went against the grain, I was home educating my youngest son. who has ME, chronic fatigue. So that sort of came in handy. And, you know, I was studying a lot, and, you know, and I found that throughout my life, everything that I've studied, you know, is now all going to come together for the future. I had periods of chronic fatigue myself, and I realized it was linked to, you know, a trauma beforehand. So a long period of trauma then took me down into chronic fatigue. And so I thought, well, it's sort of mindset. So I learned coaching. I went to a coaching course. Sorry, not coaching, counseling. I wanted to learn counseling because I thought that was the way to go. And I thought, no, I'm just stuck in this sludge and mud. And, you know, we need to be bright and we need to move forward. So then I had an opportunity to do a coaching course. And at the time I was only on benefits. So I negotiated. I said, I'd love to do this. Would you take this amount? So I've always been quite non-conventional. And they says, yes. So I got on my coaching and so on. But with me, I start things, I take the information that I need from it, and then I don't necessarily do the qualification afterwards. It's surprising that I completed my degree, to be honest. But, you know, I'd put 3 years into that, and, you know, I might as well finish it off. And I was practically finished off when I'd done my degree, because I went through a stressful time, become homeless, lived in a women's refuge for a while with my sons, and then had the opportunity to move to a new home. So I had to build a new home educate my sons. I was becoming, because I'd been through adversity, I had dipped into chronic fatigue myself. And then on top of that, I was doing my last year of my degree course. So, you know, if you can get through a situation like that, you know, you can get through anything.
Quite a lot on your plate.
Oh, I did, yes. You know, I think really having a condition like chronic fatigue and so on, it really makes you appreciate, you know, that you've got a body, that it works. You know, my way out of it was through coaching, and I went on a course for well-being coaching as well. It's called the chrysalis effect, and that was specifically for women with ME to help lift them out. So I have a vast array of tools behind me to help with all different situations, and obviously a vast experience of life myself. So, you know, from illness and benefits and that challenge, you know, right through to running businesses, setting up websites and empowering others. I think my whole reason for being here is to empower others, as I say, empower individuals to empower individuals. At one stage, I even wanted to become a vicar, because they help people and, you know, talk to people and so on. And then I realized, really, no, my version of sort of spirituality is nature. And, you know, there could be some dogma in religion and so on. I really wasn't me, but it just gave me an idea of where I wanted to be and what I wanted my life purpose to be. So more recently, I had been teaching, and then all the lockdown and so on situation occurred. And it was quite nice sort of teaching at home and so on, but there were issues, let's put it that way, and I decided to hand in my notice. But as I was sort of had the free time, I was able to, as they say, go down some rabbit holes. So I was very particularly interested in sort of cryptocurrency. Obviously, I needed to sort of somehow make some money somehow. And so I looked at crypto. I followed people on YouTube and on Telegram and so on. And I found out about Zim, the Zim bonds, about Dong and Dinar, and that that we are due to go into a financial reset, and that a lot of these currencies will at least be one-to-one with our pound. And I thought, well, that's brilliant. And it's always been in my heart to create sort of like a nature retreat so other people can get out and find themselves in nature. You know, I've been sort of hiring little cabins and going and just having like a weekend away just with myself, you know, cutting wood and getting dirty and grubby and sort of lighting the fire and just having that quiet contemplation time. And, you know, it's my passion in the future to create these little cabins, and I want to call them love shacks. So they're shacks where you can go to and you can, you know, you have time for self-love, which is very important. That's the key to everything, because if you love yourself and you nurture yourself and honor yourself, then you know, you're there for other people and you're fit and well and healthy. So where was I meandering? Yeah, so I looked into, you know, and particularly found that the Zim bond is for, can be used as like your golden ticket for humanitarian causes. I thought, yes, that's me. I've also have this passion for children to learn different ways. Children, again, need to learn from what they're, through their passion. You know, so if they're interested in dance, yes, they learn dance to the max, and then they bring in their maths and English and their life skills and have project-based, self-directed learning. So that's another one of my passions. I have so many passions, it's unbelievable. But at the end of the day, it's all to empower people. So yeah, so I found, I went down the big rabbit hole learning about what's going to be happening in the future, you know, how we can build humanitarian projects and get the funding from it. And that's really what led me to creating HumaniPro. So I had people saying, oh, would you do a Zoom and tell me about this? And I thought, oh, okay. I was sort of a reluctant, very reluctant on it, but I tend to follow what the universe is telling me, or what my higher self, whatever you call it, God, whatever your higher power is. I tend to follow it anyway. And I thought, well, if I'm going to do a project, I need a platform, a website, where I can get my information out there. But I don't want, you know, all and sundry to be contacting me and so on. So we created, I got an Indian chap to help me create HumaniPro. And I thought, well, I've got this for me. Why don't I just open it up for other humanitarian organizers? Because everyone will need a website presence to start with. Not, you know, most of us are a bit low on the income side, so they're not going to want to create websites straight away. And so I thought, let's open it up to other people. They can put their listings on there. And so, you know, Joe Public can find them and say, yeah, I'd like, you know, and contact them and say, oh, I'd like to offer this service, or, you know, I'm doing this course or event, would you like to come, and so on. So it's a forum to us to connect. Excuse me, my battery's just gone low on my headset. Sorry about that.
You will manage, continue.
Yes, I managed. Yeah, and then that grew. You know, people wanted, and I thought, oh, I could do regular Zoom for people that are interested. And that was very, very good. I've got the replays and that are available. And I thought, I'm just saying the same old thing all the time. And to be honest, I was getting a bit bored of that. So I thought, well, there are people that, you know, on this journey, it's mindset. You know, becoming a humanitarian and running your own project is, as I say, 80% mindset and 20% effort. Because if you don't have that right, abundant mindset, you know, again, bringing in the self-love, then you're going to worry, you're going to think, oh, I'm not worth it. Why would they want to choose my project, and so on. So there's all this doubt. So I created what I call this HumaniPro support group, that those that were dedicated for their self-development and development of their project longer term can join up, and we can discuss a wide variety of things. And as you know, Daiga, you know, it's a very enlightening experience.
If I can input from my point of view, I'm very new in this project, but I find now, I have shivers even talking about it. I find this group of people where I'm completely can be myself. I don't need to wear any mask. I can be myself. I can say what I want to say. Because before, my own experience is when I tell to my loved ones, my mom and my other family members, thank God my partner understands, but when I tell my family members what I want to do, yeah, they looking at me like some sort of alien coming just from skies, drop on their heads, yeah. Are you completely crazy? You have no penny to your pocket, yeah? And now you decided to do multi-million project, yeah? And not one, but at least two, if not more. I already thinking probably more, but at least two of them, yeah? So this environment, when you can go together as a group and discuss all these things and get support, it's unbelievable. I feel like after this first meeting already, I felt like I'm getting energy drink. And I'm like hooked on it. I can't wait for next meeting because I know I will get again this positive energy which will last me for another week. Okay, that's my input about your project, what you're doing. It's amazing.
That's brilliant. Yep. And you know, that is the whole intention. And we need, you know, you say that you're able to talk freely, openly about all your ideas and so on. No one thinks you're, you know, we're all in the same boat. You know, no one bats an eyelid because that is the environment we're in. But it's allowing us to be sovereign, and that's the key moving forward. You know, we bring in that self-love, we bring in that sovereignty and realize that everyone is on a different path. One person's path may veer off from your path, and that's fair enough. And it's just a case of respecting that other people have their views and really agree to disagree if that's necessary. But, you know, recently with the, you know, situations that have been going on, it's all been to separate us and to cause, you know, arguments and conflicts, families breaking up, and so on. So it's sort of like this group brings us together. It gives that individual who's wanting to do their project that family, soul family environment, just to chat. And eventually, once we get projects and so on, then will be people that like, oh, I've got this problem with this, we can chat it through. They're not on their own. They've got their humanitarian family there to help support them. And that's what they want. People sort of like praise me, oh, you're doing really wonderful, and so on. Yeah, I don't really see it as really wonderful. It's just I'm the type of person that if I've got friends and family, I want to help them up. I don't want anyone to be left behind. If they've got a passion and they want to put it into practice, it will be one of my things to sponsor, young people who have a passion and they want to do a project. Well, they'll come under my wing and I will sponsor them and mentor them and so on. There may be people that, are quite used to running things but need the funding. So there will be people that I provide the funding for. With some anonymous donations as well, because I don't want people coming back to me and saying, can I have some more, please? If they haven't used their funding sensibly, then, that's it. I can be a bit, I am a bit of a bear, a bit of a she bear, and want to just go into the background of that. As I said, I have been homeless. And when I was homeless, and I sort of went through a situation there, and I had to basically rise up, become that she bear, become that fierce mother fighting for her cubs.
Mama bear.
Yes,
Mama bear fighting for her cubs.
Exactly, because no one messes with Mama bear's cubs. And that was part of the reason I was homeless. So that really stuck. And it wasn't my original name. I've had many different names, mainly different surnames throughout my life because getting married and so on. But I decided to actually adopt Shebear as my last name. And Sarah isn't.
Excuse me, Sarah, but Shebear is actually not your surname, like from marriage or something. You just adopted.
I changed my name by default to Sara Shebear. Again, my guides come through, and I thought, oh yeah, that would be cool. And so Shebear is like my spiritual name. So whenever people are dealing me, I'm firm but fair. I'll give so much and lay out the tools for them. And it's up to the individual to actually take those tools and run with them. If they don't want to take the tools, well, again, they're sovereign beings. It's their choice. They can choose not to. But for example, if they sort of start, saying nasty things, discrediting me and so on, then they'll see my bear. So it's firm but fair. I can be soft and cuddly, but also I can be quite ferocious if necessary. And the bear is like my totem animal. I have a bear tattoo. If we have an interview in the summer, I'll show you my bear tattoo.
So, we will most definitely have, because I think till summer there will be so much to talk more. So
exactly. And I'll probably be in a field, hopefully.
I will go and stay in your cabin. I already can imagine me being there. So
yes, yeah. One of my, I've had many projects come through. I've been inspired in many different ways. and some ideas are sort of absolutely off this world, literally. But one of my, what's come through to me was that I will build, I've built a geodesic dome in the past out of hazel sticks, and you connect them together in a way which gives you half a sphere. And then you put a tarpaulin and so on. So I'm going to make this dwelling, make another one, because my other one got woodworm. And basically deck it all out so it's nice and warm with a log burning fire, and sit in there and have quiet contemplation. And what came through to me that I am to channel ideas for products and processes and so on, and then bring them out into the world. So I sort of said, oh, well, what sort of ideas? And this is, well, again, it'll be so mind-blowing to you at the moment that we can't tell you. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to doing that as well. So I'm thinking, I want to do all these things, and there's only one of me.
One of you, and at the moment you are not 20 anymore. So it's for me, I think for both of us, it's the scary part that we have so huge projects. And one of you, one of me, okay, I have a partner who supports me 100%, but okay, even two of us, yeah, we still in our 50s, yeah, so thinking about project which one takes about at least minimum 5 years, if not longer, to complete, yeah. When two projects completed, I probably be in my 80s, so it's quite scary to, if we're looking at that way. But because I think we both know what we know, yeah, that gives this, no, I will be fine. I will manage to do it, because I'm here only because I need to do this job.
Exactly.
I've been asked from somebody up there to do this job, and I can't get against that. That's not possible.
Exactly. We've signed up for this, so
Yeah.
you know, it will work out fine. I have a couple of solutions to that. So firstly, you know, we can delegate work. We can get managers in. We can, you know, employ the right staff. We can, you know, we can build a team to help us. So we're not alone. You know, we can bring in all sorts of experts to help us, because we have the funding to
only do that. For me at the moment, listening to that, is this if we getting this support, yeah, soon, this Zim change or whatever humanitarian projects will get this financial support. Yes, I totally agreed. We will be free to bring around us team, which one we can pay and something, but I myself don't feel very financially able to give money to my financial manager, or give money to business manager to actually make my business plan really like how business plan should look, yeah.
But we're going into a new world. You don't need your business plan to be all that official. Okay, we're going over to the quantum computer system. Now, quantum is like the God consciousness. They know what's in your heart. They know what your passion is. And also with the quantum financial bank accounts and so on, you know, that will be, they'll know what money has been spent on and so on. So you won't need to do accounting and so on. If, for example, someone comes along, yeah, I'm going to be a big humanitarian, and then they go off and buy 5 Learjets, then of course they can track that, and that's not very humanitarian unless they can find a very good reason for, you know, living it up and, you know, having fast cars and so on. So it's a case of, you know, the right people will come to you, and then you will be guided as we have been guided, and we've signed up for this, and all our, you know, your projects have probably been inspired all the time. It would just work out perfectly. And again, that's mindset. We set the intention, it will work out perfectly. One of the things I'm going to do, because I'm like a consultant and I can't be in 10 places at once, my idea, because we've got the quantum system, was to upload my consciousness into a computer system so people can, you know, make an appointment and log in. And there is the holographic version with my consciousness and my voice, you know, giving them guidance and so on. So that's one way. I was joking that I was going to make 5 clones of myself as well, but I think the consciousness, you know, being a quantum consultant would be a brilliant idea. And
I think it's excellent. And straight away I can see your skill, IT skill coming out.
Yes.
Which one I lack completely. And for me, worst is I not only lacking computer skills, I have only basic, I'm learning what I need for work, yeah? For my business, for my work, I'm learning. But apart from that, worst is I'm not interested.
Exactly. And you don't need to.
I can watch, let's say, some sort of manual, yeah? How to deal with problems like I'm having problem of live shows. Yeah, for me, looping of sound in live shows, I still not able to make live shows, yeah, which one I really strive for. Even so, I want to know. I'm listening. I can nicely listen Chinese at the same time. And effect would be absolutely the same.
Yeah.
Just because my brains literally said, you don't need this information. Don't put this information in your brains. You don't need it. It has to solve out somehow different.
Exactly. You know, computers, they're just a tool, just like we use a can opener. You don't need to know the ins and outs of it. You know, once we get funding and so on, you will have experts and so on to help you. You'll have your production team behind you anyway, and they will provide you with, you know, the platform and do all the technical things, and you'll just be sitting there, press a button, and off you go.
Yeah, that's exactly what I need. Press a button and everything works.
Exactly. But also, you know, in the future, there'll be sort of like sort of helmets you can put on or wear overnight, and you will be delivered. You'll be able to learn like a language. You can learn, you know, many different things. And it's amazing the inventions that have been hidden away from us because they're, you know, so beneficial. They're all be coming out. Linked with the quantum system, you know, education and so on is just going to go out the window because people
Sara, where you hear about those helmets? Because I read information about 3 types of med beds, and one of the med beds is the one which one puts knowledge in you. You going in a med bed, and then afterwards you have this knowledge. But I didn't hear about helmets. Where you hear about helmets?
From a few sources. Yeah. The thing is that the technology that's coming through, like for example, a med bed, there are 3 different types, and one is for trauma, not necessarily the learning, but it's to get rid of the emotional trauma. But whatever technology is in those can be taken out and put into other different things. You know, people are clamoring to get on med beds, but say, for example, teeth. There's going to be, there's a plasma, I can't remember what it's called, a plasma facility that, you know, rebuilds your teeth. And so you don't need to go in a whole med bed because you're just concentrating on this part of your body. Or, you know, in the future, there, you know, someone may take the bit out that's to do with your kidneys. And then you sort of like strap it round you, and then it rebuilds your kidneys. So anything that you can do for your whole body, you can do for parts of it.
And now you're giving me ideas for my project. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. The technology coming out will be totally amazing and mind-blowing, and I can't wait.
I can't wait too. Firstly, I can't wait for free energy to start with.
Yes.
And I think probably, by my opinion, that's only my opinion, probably free energy has to come out first.
Yes, and initially it won't be totally free because yes, they will create it free, but they still need to maintain the power lead, the cords and so on, and the connections for it into your home. But eventually people will just buy like a Tesla unit, plonk it in the middle of the field, and then we've got our electricity to charge our phones up or our laptops up when we're in the middle of a field. Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. Just the pity that the laptop screen aren't that brilliant in brilliant sunlight. So yeah, you know, there'll be amazing technology coming out, and you know, and I feel like with the you know, me sitting in my geodesic dome, if there isn't something out for it, I'm sure I'm going to have an idea to create it.
Yeah, you with your technical brains, I'm pretty sure you will manage to put huge input in creating things.
Yes.
And we are very lucky we are in your group, so we can use first.
Exactly. You can try it out. You'll be the prototype, and you know, coming along, there'll be replicators, you know, like on Star Trek, and they press a button and say, give me apple pie, and you've got apple pie.
But I've been thinking about them. Do you, as a technical person, understand how it's actually done?
No, I just trust. That's where I call on my spiritual side. Yes, I'm highly technical, but you have to tie it in with your trust and your beliefs, that, you know, that these things just work. No one can explain. I have a huge problem comprehending electricity. Like, you got watts and amps and whatever. And no, all I know is that you switch a button and it comes on. End of story. I trust whatever's happens is happening and it works.
I know from electricity, I know you cannot break electric leads. They have to be connected to actually something I can press and something will switch on. Yeah, they have to be connected. If they are not connected, then I won't get my electricity. Yeah, that's my understanding.
Exactly. Well, when we have the Tesla signals, we'll be able to actually, you know, throw out 5G. We'll be having the Starlink Tesla signals, and our phone will charge. We can just put our phone near the unit and it will charge. So
I was watching Charlie Freak, and some time ago he was saying about this Tesla coils, which one will be, by his words, it's already put on all this lampposts. On the tops of lampposts is already put all Tesla coils, and this energy somehow will come from there all over the place.
Yes.
But I can't understand. I know it's true because I have shivers, but I don't understand. Yeah, it's again what you said. We don't have to understand. We know it will happen, but we don't have to understand that.
Exactly. It's metaphysics, and yeah, we don't need to understand. But
No,
you know,
I think I don't need even start thinking about that and putting that in my head, because it's nothing to do with my mission.
Exactly.
That's some other people's mission.
Yes.
So.
And again, it's just a tool, it's just a resource. And we use it for our mission, however way we need to. Yeah. So where was I going?
We've been going to actually tell more about HumaniPro.org and invite people more in to join us. Brilliant. Everybody who listening our video, please consider, if you have even crazy ideas, you, by every other your friends or family members' opinion, you have crazy ideas, but if they still nagging you,
yes,
and you can't get rid of this idea, please chat with Shebear. She is the person you want to approach, because that is the real deal. And I know that is the real deal because I check it out. I have another show, weekly show, where I am together with tarot card reader from Intuitive Insights and Tarot by Scott Yates, and we have weekly show. And before I actually, Annette O'Donnell give me your details, introduce me to your site, and then I went with this information. I asked tarot cards. I didn't trust in my intuition. That's something what I need to learn myself, trust more in my intuition.
Yes.
But I needed like double check from tarot cards what they will say. And the interesting fact was that actually he himself is quite skeptical about something like that. Yeah. And I like his face when he said, I would want to tell you that it's not right, but that's not happening. Cards is saying it's the real deal.
Yes.
Go for it. It's the real deal. And as soon I get all this reading on HumaniPro, straight away I sign up, and after first meeting, joining you, I understand I am where I have to be. I don't have other choice. This is my way, this is my place. I have to be together with this group of people.
Exactly. And what I recommend for people is to have a look on humanipro.org and go on the About page. There's a video on there that explains some of it. And what I've done is sort of like, I've done a self-help post. So pinned, I have blog posts, and pinned at the top, I give people the steps they need to follow to work out, to go through and learn about the Zim redemption process, learn about how it all works and what you need and so on. And then the next step, you know, is for people to create their project proposal, which is only a short, concise template. That's all provided. And then, you know, if you get stuck or you have questions, you list them all down, and then you can make a one-to-one appointment with me, or one-to-small group if you have a few people in your project. So then I can fill in gaps, I can help, you know, to uplift you. And I find a lot of people want to just chat to me because, you know, they're in doubt. And again, it's the mindset. You know, a lot of people need permission. They say, oh, well, can I do this for my project? And can I do that? I says, it's not up to me. It's between you and God. They are a sovereign people. They are kings and queens of their own projects. And, you know, that's the freedom people need to be given. Again, this era is all about freedom, becoming sovereign, standing in your own power, and realizing that what you have is no less important to what someone else is wanting to do. You know, and this is what we've got to make people realize. We're so good at self-doubt, putting ourselves down because we've had it most of our lives. But we need to get out of that. We need to realize we are in control of our own destiny. We are the artist with a blank canvas. We've been given all the different paints, all the different brushes, and so on. And we can create our future moving forward from those tools. And we need to have crazy ideas. We need to go back to being childlike. You know, we didn't bother about slushing in mud or making mud pies or, you know, making tree houses. There was all that sort of, no, you can't do it because it's dangerous. You just done it because you took the risk and you assessed your own abilities with that risk. And yeah, can I climb that 40-foot tree? No, I don't think so. And, you know, we need to give that power back to the people so they can make their own decisions, make their own choices and go along their own path.
I think the most of humanity at the moment is programmed so much that they are nothing. Even religion, yeah, okay, is so many religious people, but they believe they are like slaves. They are under God. No, you are the God.
Exactly.
You are. In every one of us is this spark of God.
Yes.
You just needed to build it up, and you needed to spark it up, and you will be rising.
Exactly. Yeah. And people need help to find their way with that. And, you know, and that's what a lot of us humanitarians are here to do, help others to find their way. You know, we've been under horrendous control with different things. And yeah.
Let's not even go there.
Exactly. We've been pressed down like this, like a mattress, like a spring, and we need to go boing, and we will go very quickly once the, you know, like a jack in the box, you open the lid, well, there we all go.
Yeah, and everybody who is listening to us, who is listening our message, please join us, ask for our help. Look up HumaniPro if you have some projects. If you don't have projects, but you just want freedom, get freedom from your programming, please look up me, come to Shebear. We both are ready to help, and in our group is so many people who is great and everything, and I do hope they will take my invite and they will come to my shows as well to Sara advertise their work, because every single one of our group, now I can actually tell our group,
Exactly, yes.
every single one in our group is really inspirational, wide awake, and extremely positive person who wants to help others. So please look up us, look up, we are ready to help.
Definitely.
Is there anything else you want to say to our viewers?
I think really we've encapsulated it all. It's a sort of like, it's now time to stand in our power, be sovereign, you know, come out of the box, as it were. One of my favorite saying is, I don't want to be put in a box because someone might take the lid down. And yeah, definitely. It's time for us all to shine as best we can. And as Diga says, if you need help with that, I do life coaching, tutoring, mentoring, for all sorts, for business, for well-being, and, you know, for just general life, or just holistic. You know, we are a holistic being. We're not just compartmentalized. So it's the whole self that we all need to be looking after, you know, our food, nutrition, everything. So my key saying is, stay safe, stay sane, and above all, have fun.
That's all from us today. If you like my shows, please share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you generous and want to support me, please buy me coffee, link is below the video. From our hearts to yours, thank you for watching, and God bless.
Goodbye.